Things have changed again with the BOI, the whiplash. I know. I just told you in this video yesterday, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled earlier this week that yes, if you own almost any type of business that operates in the United States under a new law, you were required to file BOI, beneficial ownership information. And that had to be done by January 13th, so in just a few weeks. Well, late last night, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals reversed its own decision. Wild, I know. The Fifth Circuit now says they want to pause their own ruling so the parties in this case can argue whether the Corporate Transparency Act, which is the law that established the BOI, is constitutional or not. The appeals court said in this latest order they were doing this to preserve the constitutional status quo while the merits panel considers the parties' weighty substantive arguments. So do you file or not? Well, as of today, the courts say no. But as you can see, the ruling will change like day by day. Look, as a journalist, I cannot give you advice about what you should do. But what I can do is lay out what you need to consider so you can decide for yourself whether it's in your best interest to file this thing or wait it out. First, you can determine whether your business is one that would be required to file under the law. Generally, the law says if you had to file any sort of paperwork to create your business entity with your Secretary of State or an equivalent government agency, the law says you likely have to file. For the record, filing is free and takes like 10 minutes if you have a simple, basic business structure. You can do that on fincen.gov/BOI. Second, you need to weigh whether it's going to be just easier for you to follow all this legal drama, all this back and forth to file or not to file, or just file the information and forget about it. It's possible, in the end, you will not have to file it. But on the flip side, if the courts ultimately uphold this law, the Treasury Department is going to reinstate a very quick BOI filing deadline that you will have to comply with. And if you don't file, you will rack up very hefty fines. Now, to make those decisions, I have been reporting on this law and the BOI requirement for more than a year, and I have a ton of resources available to help you and all the real links you need to get the answers you want. So if you want access to all of that, all you have to do is follow these steps and make sure you are signed up for my Facts HQ daily newsletter. The BOI information is already up there and available.